Every day, leaders are crushed under a mountain of noise: emails, deadlines, decisions that rip their focus apart until they feel shredded, lost, desperate. There's this gnawing frustration that no matter how hard they push, the chaos only swells. The stress tightens like a noose, the vision blurs. They fight the urge to scream, to quit, because the pressure isn't just the job. It's every expectation, every criticism, every second slipping away without meaning. The problem? The mind is running wild, racing, distracting, stuck in endless loops of doubt and overwhelm. It's like trying to steer a ship through a storm with a cracked compass, shattered and unreliable. And no matter how much they hustle, no matter how many new strategies they try, the chaos inside remains undefeated. But listen, there is a secret weapon, a radical change that rewrites everything you believe about leadership. It's not about working harder, longer, or smarter in the usual sense. It's about stepping back far enough that the storm inside settles, that the waves you're battling don't whip you into pieces anymore. Mindfulness. Yeah, it sounds soft, or like some trendy pause that you think you can't afford. But mindfulness isn't about meditation cushions or empty silence. It's the extreme power to command your own mind, to cut through the chaos like a sharpened blade, to gain brutal clarity when everything around you screams for your attention. Imagine being able to catch your racing thoughts the moment they spiral into panic or rage, before they drag you into the abyss of stress and exhaustion. Imagine a leader who can watch every impulse, every doubt, every shred of fear with cold detachment and say, "Not today. You don't control me." That isn't fantasy. That is the reality mindfulness builds in the fiercest leaders. It trains a leader's brain to be like a sniper, zeroing in on what truly matters, ignoring the static and the noise. It rewires rage into calm, frustration into focus, scattered energy into ferocious, purposeful action. Here's how to start commanding your mind with precision right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it won't come. Every second you hesitate, you're surrendering to the chaos. First, slice out 5 minutes each day. No excuses. Not for emails, not for meetings. Just 5 brutal minutes where you sit with discomfort. Feel how your mind fights for control, how your urges to check your phone or flee rise up like wild animals. Now don't fight them. Watch them. Track them as if they were a wild beast pacing in a cage. Name the thoughts. That's anxiety. That's doubt. That's impatience. This simple act, labeling the madness, severs its power. Then, anchor yourself. Find one narrow point to zero in on. Your breath, a simple word, the feeling of your feet on the ground. This narrow focus is your lifeline. It's your command post in the storm of your mind. Every time your thoughts scatter, and they will, drag yourself back with ruthless discipline. This practice isn't about peace. It's about control. It's about becoming a leader who doesn't get hijacked by emotions, but uses them as raw fuel, masters them instead of being mastered. This is your training ground for real-world battles, where stress and doubt will come at you like tidal waves. Let's talk about your team and the world you're trying to build. What good is having sweat and grit if your leadership style burns people out, fractures trust, and loses every ounce of morale? A leader who can master mindfulness models something rare: presence. Presence means when you show up, there's no fog, no distraction, no invisible barrier between you and your people. It means you hear what's not said, see what's hidden. Because your mind isn't lost in noise, it's clear and razor sharp. This presence ignites loyalty and sparks courage because people feel safe, seen, connected. In a world where connection is the rarest currency, mindfulness is your gold mine. But here's the real kicker. The world still pushes conformity, mindless reactions, the quick fix. Systems designed to process, not to empower. The chaos will try to lure you back, whispering that mindfulness is luxury, that you don't have time to feel, to slow down, to be still. That's a trap made to cripple the very leaders who could break the system. The truth is, those 5 minutes of brutal honesty with your mind are revolutionary. They are the act of rebellion, the refusal to be a prisoner of the world's illusions. They are the crucible where the leader, entire teams, entire futures rely on is forged. Now push yourself to the next level. Don't just sit quietly. Use mindfulness actively. After every meeting, every presentation, take a brief moment to check in with your mind. What emotions did it wrestle with? Where did focus slip? What was the signal buried inside the noise? This quick mental reset is your secret weapon. It recalibrates you instantly, making every moment that follows sharper and more intentional. It's a muscle that grows only when you challenge it consistently. And leaders who do this don't just survive the chaos. They ride it like a wave, turning challenges into breakthroughs. The biggest mistake is thinking mindfulness is about escaping the hard parts. It's not. It's about facing them brutal and unflinching, without being overwhelmed. It's about taking ownership of the storm inside so it no longer owns you. Leaders who conquer this gain an invisible power that no competitor can match. The unshakable reason in chaos, the calm in crisis, the rare ability to see 5 steps ahead without panic. If frustration and burnout have been your constant companions, if the silence inside you has been screaming to be heard, this is your call to war. Don't let your mind be the battlefield where you lose. Make it your weapon. Carry this relentless, unstoppable awareness into every decision, every challenge, every moment of leadership. Build your freedom from within first, because no system, no team, no country can give you what you must claim yourself, a mind that is your fortress. Every second spent mastering mindfulness is a second removed from the chains of confusion, chaos, and stress that have drained you for too long. Be the leader who stops reacting and starts commanding. Be the leader who understands that the biggest revolution begins with the smallest quiet moment inside. Don't just lead. Lead awake. Lead free. Lead beyond the lies we are sold every day. This isn't a nice to have. This is survival. This is power. This is leadership in its rawest, purest form. The storm will rage, the noise will scream, but inside there will be a calm, a clarity, a fire burning that can't be snuffed. That fire, that's your mind mastered. That fire, that's the future you're meant to build. Now go take it.